Hi, if you don't know me, my name is Lizzy Lewis and I'm one of the student leaders at Overflow. I just wanted to go through my favorite psalm with you and just talk about what it means to me, what God taught me. So I just want to talk about what it means to trust through surrender. And really, surrender is one of the first things that we do as Christians when we surrender our lives to Christ and place our trust in Him. And then after that, just learning to surrender different areas of our lives and trust God more and more each day. And so that's one of the things I probably struggled with the most over the past year, with my major, my career, and just different circumstances in my lives where I just feel so worried and so stressed. And there's one time in particular I remember praying to God and just about a circumstance that I was feeling a lot of anxiety over, and then saying, I'm so worried, this is causing me so much anxiety, I just feel like I'm not in control. And then it was like I could feel God just telling me, you're not supposed to be, you're supposed to trust me to be in control. And so throughout this time period of me kind of just learning to give things over to God, and fully trust in Him, and take comfort in the fact that He's in control and I'm not. I've been reading a lot of Psalms. Usually after my quiet times, I finish with a psalm or two. And if you haven't read the Psalms before, you don't usually read them, I really encourage you to do this because it's made a big difference in my quiet times, of just reading about who God is, reading praises to God, and just reminding myself through these Psalms of different promises He makes to us. So in Psalm 63, I'm just going to read it real quick and then I'll talk about just kind of how this applies. So it goes, "You, God, are my God. Earnestly I seek you. I thirst for you. My whole being longs for you, in a dry and parched land where there is no water. I have seen you in the sanctuary and beheld your power and your glory, because your love is better than life. My lips will glorify you. I will praise you as long as I live, and in your name I will lift up my hands. I will be fully satisfied as with the richest of foods. With singing lips my mouth will praise you. On my bed I remember you. I think of you through the watches of the night, because you are my help. I sing in the shadow of your wings. I cling to you. Your right hand upholds me. Those who want to kill me will be destroyed. They will go down to the depths of the earth. They will be given over to the sword and become food for jackals. But the king will rejoice in God. All who swear by God will glory in Him, while the mouths of liars will be silenced." So this verse is a big comfort to me for a few reasons. Just some different promises it has in here. In verse 1, where God satisfies us as water in a dry and parched land, where He's the only thing that can satisfy us, but He will satisfy us. Then it touches on that again in verse 5, that I will be fully satisfied as with the richest of foods, that nothing else in this life can satisfy us like God. Nothing else can bring us the joy and fulfillment that God does. And then, in verses 6 and throughout the rest of the psalm, it just talks about God's protection, and just the reminder of the victory that we have through Christ over our circumstances, over anything from the enemy, anything that's not from Him. God protects us. He defeats our enemies for us, and He provides for us, and through all that we can be satisfied in Him. We can rejoice in Him, and I think that this verse is just a really good reminder for me of who God is, and how He cares for me and provides for me. And so this is a big comfort when I'm feeling really anxious about my circumstances, to just read this psalm and remember how God has acted in my life before and how He's going to continue to act in the future. And so I hope you take comfort in this verse, and I encourage you to read some Psalms during your quiet times. But I hope you have a good rest of your day.